So back to the resort, right? So like I said, I left my fronts, and which is my gold teeth, and I left it in the room with my ashes and everything like that. So when I came back to my room the next day, that second day, I realized my room was clean and my gold teeth was missing. So I'm thinking, oh man, the lady must have mistakenly thrown it into the garbage, because you know, with some ashes there, probably just wiped off the counter, didn't realize, or whatever like that. I see the lady, the house cleaner lady, the housekeeper. She's about 2 or 3 doors down from my room. So I go up to her and I say, you know, hey miss, you cleaned my room, you accidentally threw away my jewelry. So she instantly act like, you know, she couldn't speak English. You know, it's a Spanish speaking country, so you know, Spanish is the main language there for people who don't know what DR is, Dominican Republic is. So I had to go to the front desk to get somebody who speaks English to translate to the lady that she accidentally threw away my things. So once I went there and I told them what was happening, again, I'm thinking it's completely a mistake. I'm thinking, you know, no foul play, this is just an accident, it can easily be corrected. When I go to the front desk, they hit a bell and all these security officers come running out, and they're looking angry and they're like, what? So they go marching back to my room, and the first thing they start doing is tearing my room apart, searching for my teeth, thinking maybe I misplaced it or maybe somewhere else. I had some money and, you know, my valuable stash in this ice cup holder, this ice holder, and they basically was like, see, I found this stuff, you can't leave this stuff around. So I'm still not thinking that, you know, is any danger. You know, I'm at a resort, I'm thinking those people will be professional. So they go up to the lady and they start speaking to her in Spanish, and then they come back and they tell me, oh, she didn't clean your room, sorry about that, your room hasn't been cleaned yet. And that's when they dawned to me that this lady was attempting to rob me for my jewelry. I said, oh wow. And then that's when I told the guy, I said, listen, I had a cup there and I had some ashes from my cigar, and that stuff is gone. Once I said that, he went back and you could tell his tone changed, and he was yelling at the lady in Spanish. And the next thing you know, she pulled up my gold teeth from her little cart. I said, oh man. So he come back to me, he gave me my gold teeth back, which is, you know, worth a couple $100. You know, I didn't want to lose that. And he basically apologized to me, and he explained to me that the people there don't make a lot of money, and they're very poor, and they make about $250, you know, a month and stuff like that. And you know, I have to get a safe, because they had a safe, but the lock was sold separately, and I think you could rent the lock for like $2 a day or whatever. But again, it was my first experience, first time going to a country. I really didn't think it was that important to, you know, to have that. And I was young too at the time when I left and I went on that trip. So from that day, I got the lock, I rented it out for whatever amount of money, and I learned the valuable lesson that, you know, people are poor in different places of the world, and they will attempt to steal from you, you know, to, you know, I guess earn some money. Another amazing thing about that trip was I seen and met people from all around the country. You know, one thing I didn't think of was me seeing people from where I'm from. When I went there, I'm thinking it's another country, you're gonna see people from that country. I met people from Boston, Delaware, Florida, everywhere. You know, a lot of people and stuff like that. One thing about the resort is it was basically a lot of couples there and a lot of girls on trips, like groups of girls, maybe groups of 3s or 4s. And they was looking for men, but it wasn't a lot of single men out there. So I remember they was very upset about that. One of the ladies I was working there happened to tell me. Yeah, so that basically was my trip. I stayed there for a few days, had a good time. Oh yeah, another thing, they have white Henny there. So that was my first time going to a country and being able to buy white Henny. I bought it in the airport. It came up to about, I think, $100 for 2 bottles, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe $100 or something, $109 or something like that. But you know, you probably can get it cheaper if you know somebody out there. If you're able to go there with somebody that's from there, they could take you around and possibly get it for cheaper or show you different things that the island has to offer. But you know, it was still cool. I bought a couple bottles back home. You have to check with the country, whatever country you're coming from, you know, and see what your country allows, because you know, different countries allow different amounts of liquid to be brought into the country. From my experience, America doesn't check. You know, you can bring as much as you want, but it's just a heads up, because if you do get somebody who checks, then you know they might take the liquor if you have over the amount or the limit or whatever. So that's just a little heads up. Another thing there is, you know, after I got back, I learned that a lot of people go to Puerto Plata. Like I said, Punta Cana is a very expensive city. I remember a bag of chips that's usually $1 in America was $7 over there, and things like that. But like I said, when I got back home, I started learning about other things people, you know, went there for, such as prostitution. So in DR, prostitution is legal. A lot of people go there to have sex and, you know, go on sex trips and things like that. They rent, you know, villas, which is very cheap. Basically, you get a whole house, beautiful house, for cheap, and they do guys trips and groups trips, and they have sex with all the prostitutes and locals. And from what I hear, it's decent prices and stuff like that. But you know, people that go there, they usually go to Puerto Plato, and it's this little area called Sosua. They usually go there, and it's just women galore. You know, beautiful women and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of guys go there, and people from all around the world go there for that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But like I said, at the time, I didn't know anything about that. I learned about that years later after I came back from my trip. But yeah, man, that's just my experience with DR. It's a beautiful place. I wouldn't mind going back. You know, I would rate that one of the top countries I've been to. You know, so just check it out. If you go there, just keep all those things in mind. And if you have any other experiences or any stories, just write it in the comments, man. All right, peace. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and enjoy. Also, follow me on Instagram at FlyKing, FLYYYKING. Peace.